Volatility, uncertainty, complexity. This is the work environment that is our reality. What will leaders need to know to be successful in the future? Who will they need to be to build team member commitment? How will they need to show up to create a motivating environment for their people? Welcome to the Sal Sylvester on the Future of Leadership podcast, a dialogue about how leaders will need to adapt to be successful in a rapidly changing world. And now, please join your host and executive producer, Sal Sylvester, to engage in the conversation about the future of leadership and how to transform people into confident leaders.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to be with you again, this time for Season 6 of Sal Sylvester on the Future of Leadership. This is Sal Sylvester, your host and executive producer. So in this Season 6 opener, I want to tell you a bit about what we'll be covering over the next 6 months. But first, let's take a moment to acknowledge where we are. It's June 2023, the time of this recording, and a lot has changed since we wrapped up Season 5 in January of 2023. The war in Ukraine has continued, adding to the geopolitical uncertainty. Inflation's come off of a 40-year high from a year ago, but still remains persistently higher than most economists and politicians would want. The labor market remains strong, but we've also experienced massive layoffs at many tech companies, both large and small. A year ago, we were all talking about the Great Resignation. Well, it's been a while since that topic came up, but organizations are struggling significantly with managing their back to office, back to work strategies. And generative AI, specifically ChatGPT and similar technologies, has taken the world by storm. Okay, so what does all of this have to do with Season 6? Well, the theme for Season 6 is about teams at the top, and specifically how to create healthy, aligned, and more human teams, including executive teams, senior leadership teams, and extended leadership teams. Why? Because a high-performing executive team is a CEO's greatest asset in addressing the challenges and opportunities that are in front of us today. And while most executives on a leadership team arrived there, they arrived at the top because they were incredibly successful. It doesn't mean that the team at the top will be incredibly successful together. And we notice a number of common challenges that executive teams face. Here are 3. Number 1, many executive teams often don't understand their core reason for being, their purpose. And as a result, they focus on the wrong things. They spend too much time doing informational report outs and not enough time on the consequential decisions collectively impacting the organization. Number 2, there's an interesting duality that has traditionally been a challenge for executives, where they often lead a function of the business and they're asked to be on a team together with other senior leaders. This dynamic has grown more complex, with more organizations operating in a matrix structure where reporting lines and loyalties are often confusing at best. The result, unclear priorities, siloed behavior, and competition instead of collaboration among executives. And then thirdly, personalities. An assumption that a group of highly skilled, highly motivated, and highly experienced executives coming together will work as a team is just not true. Teamwork at the top, like any other relationship, takes ongoing work. So these are just a few of the common challenges that we see facing executive teams. So in this season, we're going to add value by exploring some of these challenges and more to help you shape your team culture so that it's better prepared for the complexity in our world. So we're going to cover topics like executive loneliness. This is the first time we're covering a topic like this on the podcast. Artificial intelligence and the impact on leadership teams and decision-making. We'll talk about psychological safety again, building on the work we started in an interview with Amy Edmondson last October of 2022. We'll be bringing in another expert to help us explore this important team topic again. Storytelling. We'll be exploring how the brain works and the importance of storytelling in aligning a team and culture. And we'll be talking about global business communication skills and leading virtual global teams. So it's going to be an interesting and relevant season. all in service of helping you and your teams get even better. As usual, all of these podcast episodes will be available wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many others. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening and leave a review. Those things do help for others to find us. In the meantime, if you want to catch up on past episodes or download some useful tools, head out to our Future of Leadership podcast and blog page on our website, 512solutions.com. That's the numbers 512solutions.com. Thanks for joining me today. I am Sal Sylvester, and I look forward to connecting with you in just a few weeks on the Future of Leadership.